Effective leadership styles in healthcare. Um, I'm going to go over a few things. Today's agenda will go over two leadership styles, first being transformational and then second being the servant. Why is it important to understand leadership with helping staff make improvements and so on? What are some strong leaderships? And then talk about leadership skills that foster diversity and the justice of leadership and the worldview today. So here we'll define leadership. Leader styles, and other diversities. Keep in mind that leader diversity can be based on individuals' personalities, styles, making team members interact. Leaders are to help every part of the allied healthcare, starting from the workplace morale to the overall success in allied healthcare, team and healthcare systems, according to Concordia University, Nebraska, 2022. As a leader, one that can understand different works, no matter what. Leaders support their staff and help them better themselves. Prepare for future and success while having an open line of communication. Leadership styles. Transformational. This type of leadership in healthcare centers are shared values through the forgiving relationships. Servants. Servant leaders in healthcare can be persons serving others. Nowadays, leader is not one to just be a boss, but also one to help not just you, but also all the healthcare or their team. According to Concordia University, Nebraska 22, they mentioned healthcare professionals face rewarding yet still challenges. There's always going to be some challenge, and it's not going to make everybody happy, of course, or it's just a loss of the day. Compare transformational servant leaders. A pro of both of them. So for transformational, creative of everyone and have multiple ideas of an allied healthcare organization. A servant solves problems and avoids a lot of problems that never get developed in the allied healthcare organization. A con. For transformational, they try to help with a problem that a person has, but that can occasionally cause stepping over another person's ideas. Maybe causing not your patient, but your team to not want to do that successful thing they could have done. Servants, this is from leadership styles, can be overly transparent and overly accommodating. They sometimes lead to negative outcomes in a sense of they did it once, they did it twice, they did it 3 times, and it's okay. And yes, that method sometimes works, but in reality, that shouldn't be a important concept, as it may actually be affecting, and not just affecting the person in general, but it is also affecting your work environment. It can affect the team. It can even affect your performance from your allied healthcare profession. Something that both leaderships demonstrate is these leaderships demonstrate people's focused, supportive, and fast-acting approaches. So since it's all about people pleasing, on to our next one. Why leadership matters. Leaders matter simply because they are a direct impact of outcome. Leaders help shape people and their work environment. Shape the allied healthcare team. Lifeline value to help show growth and set up good working environments. Always want them to be excited and happy and have a good want to come to work environment. Support ways of fairness. Present and ensure understanding of rules and regulations. Influence performances. Keep the team on track while training and always make sure if there's any questions they get answered. Communication with their healthcare team, always communicating, willing to listen to their team and acting upon it. Showing an end result. This is an important quote as its time leaders do not get thanked, but also do not see what they do for others. Leaders help others to know about oneself and to be better for oneself. Leaders give lots of information to their team and help them fulfill goals in their team. I found this quote and it stood out and I think it's amazing. So if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. That's quoted by John Quincy Adams. It's found in Institute of Management and Leadership Development. Effective delivery techniques for diversity and inclusives. Inclusive leadership elevates and demonstrates equality by addressing bias and sharing power. Measure what is important and be visible of decision-making positions of justice. So by invading more, especially unrepresented voices to influence decisions, leaders build fairness and trust. Talented eliminates supports this shift from important situations to inclusive self-direct teams. Data sharpens focus. Look beyond representation to measure inclusions using employing sentimental physiological safety, promoting equality and engagements to show real outcomes. Leadership styles. Personal. Encourage others to think by offering new experiences of growth opportunities. Organizational. Maintain and monitor the team to help the team understand each person's value and potential. This also will be good when you're dealing with patients and their families. Socialist. Ongoing and ready to help the team with what they can. Coaching and building a deeper relationship to better understand what each person's skills along with their attitudes. Multicultural. Characters from the foundation of leadership and awareness in social identity and is important. Leadership behaviors like how willing they are to be open to new things and sharing these new things. Open and ready for global changes of standard changes or things that come up. Example, COVID came up and there was so many changes that had to take place that we didn't think of or were we going to be ready for. Leadership and Christian worldview. As we mentioned, to understand how to better work with diversity teams, understand the unconscious nature of how one's being is. Focus and make note how important human value dignity. Leaders are like God, servants. Just as God fills our baskets with fruit, just as the leaders go feed their teams. Lead by example and align with the values of Christ. You'll often think we can't, or we're not allowed to do it, and you can. In conclusion, leadership requires a dynamic and adaptive approach in time of value situations. Healthcare makes great impacts to not just the team, but the patients. Leaders require balance for one style, adapting leaders to foster inclusion and ethical practices, and transformation and servant leaders. Sorry, tongue twisting for me. I would like to share a verse, and I think it's important. So Philippines chapter 2, verse 3 through 4, New International Version, says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain. Rather, in humility value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to interests of others." Here are my references. Thank you and have a blessed day.